Maven, welcome in. Are you at least 18 and do you believe that in the Bible?
Yeah. I'm at least 18 and I believe in God,
Do you believe in the
not the
Bible
church
God?
that produced the Bible.
Do
No,
you believe
God
in
is
the Bible
outside of the
God?
Bible.
Do you believe in the
God is
Bible God
outside of
though?
the Bible.
You can keep saying it, but didn't answer my question. Do you believe in the Bible God?
Yeah,
Cool. All right, there we go. And do you believe that the Bible's true when it says things?
yeah.
Okay, awesome. And do you agree or disagree with the prompt on the screen?
Obviously, I disagree and I think you are wrong.
Okay, cool. You want to see why I'm right?
No, I want to tell you why you are wrong.
Well, you don't even know what my claim is yet. My claim is that there are passages in the Bible
No, no,
where where God condones raping women. Do you want to see those passages?
but your prompt say the Bible is the one that is condoning this
Well, if
things
it's
that
in
you
the
think are wrong.
Bible, if God is saying to do it in the Bible, that means the Bible is condoning it.
The Bible is a book. It does not have agency. It cannot condone or condemn anything.
No one's saying that the Bible is an agent. We're saying that the text of the Bible, which supposedly comes from God, condones rape. No one's claiming that the Bible is sentient. I think you've stumbled in the wrong place if you think that's our claim.
So are you
So,
saying God condones these things?
yeah. You want to see why?
Oh yeah, now I understand your claim.
It's crazy that you didn't understand it
No,
the first time. It says, when you go out to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God hands them over to you, and you take them captive, suppose you see among the captives a beautiful woman whom you desire and want to marry. So you bring her to your house. She shall shave her head and pare her nails, discard her captive's garb, and remain in your house a full month, mourning for her father and mother. After that, you may go into her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. Now, let me ask you a question. If you capture a woman in war and she's now your prisoner, does she have consent?
yeah, she can consent to certain things.
No, you can't consent. You're a captive.
No, she can if she feels like consenting.
No, definitionally speaking, captives don't have consent. If they had consent, they wouldn't be captives in the first place.
Yeah, but she can still consent to certain things.
She cannot consent. Do you think that
Like
children can consent?
children, no, not children.
Okay, so you believe that women
Captive
captured
women can
in
consent.
war can consent. Well, first of all, you're wrong because consent requires that you're not coerced. Do you think that consent requires a freedom of coercion?
Yeah.
Okay, then she has no consent. Being captured and kidnapped in war, and then somebody taking you because you're hot, means that you're being coerced into marriage. This is like akin to Sophie's Choice if you've seen the movie.
So if he doesn't
Have you seen
marry this
Sophie's
person, what,
Choice?
what will happen?
Have you seen Sophie's Choice?
No, I haven't seen your movies. No.
It's based in World War II. There's a woman who basically has to marry a Nazi guard to prevent like her child from dying. So
So
the
so
reality
she
is
she consented to marrying the guy.
when you're kidnapped in war, you don't have consent anymore because the possible risk of saying no to the person who kidnapped you is that they will then murder you.
Yeah. So your whole argument is a weird concept fallacy. It's a semantic
No,
argument.
it's
You're
not a
trying to
semantic
argue that
argument.
consent
Oh no, you haven't heard even
consent only
you
means.
haven't even heard the most of my argument. This is literally the tip of the iceberg. My argument has like 15 different passages. This is the beginning. You're at the very start of this road, and it's going to be a bumpy fucking road. You
So
want to see the
you
hard
think
part?
what you are going to say is going to shake? Do you think what you're going to say is going to shake my faith, or is going to
I
turn me
didn't say that at
against God, or is
all.
going to?
All I'm saying is that it's going to get worse before it gets better.
So
Do you think
so
that
how is it
women
going to get
do you
worse
think
for me?
that women who are slaves have consent?
Yeah, they have consent, but it's
No,
just
they
under
don't.
coercive circumstances.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's still
if it's
consent.
under
No,
if it's under coercive circumstances, then they don't have consent. What would you call it
no, it depends on what the circumstances are.
if I sold my daughter as a concubine to another man? She's my daughter. She has no say in it. If I sell my daughter to be a concubine to another man, does she consent?
To be sold. Yeah, she might consent to be sold.
She didn't
Why
consent.
not? Why
I'm
can't she
choosing to
consent to be
sell
sold?
her. I'm choosing to sell her. Her consent's irrelevant here. She's my property. If I sell my daughter to be somebody
Even if
else's
she's your prop.
Maven, pay attention. If I sell my daughter to be another man's concubine, is that a loving consensual transaction or is that sex slavery?
Between you and your daughter,
I didn't say
or
anything
between you
about
and your daughter's
between
husband,
me and
which
my
which
daughter. I said if
which
I sell
transaction?
my daughter
The the,
as
trans,
somebody
the
else's
transaction does
concubine,
not happen between
have
you and
I
your daughter.
created the transaction happens between me and the person purchasing my daughter. Her consent
So
is not
is
required
that
for this
consensual?
transaction. Her consent is not even required for
But
this.
you asked whether
If
that
I
was
sell my
consensual.
daughter as somebody else's concubine, that's her being sold as a slave. It's crazy how words don't mean words with people. Exodus 21:7, when a man sells his daughter as a slave. Do you think the woman consented to be sold as a slave? Do you think she said, "Yes, I'd love to be sold as a
Yeah,
slave, Dad. Please sell me as a slave. Let
yeah,
me
if they
go
were
as a
part of that
slave."
culture,
So Maven, do you think that
if
little
they were
girls
part of that
consented to
culture,
be I didn't ask you if it was part of the culture. I asked, do you believe that little girls consent to being sold as slaves?
little how little are these girls that are
Do
being sold?
you
Do you have like?
believe that little girls
I don't
consent?
think that children. I don't think that little girls can consent. But
Oh,
now you are making a different
okay.
argument.
At what age are you allowed to sell your daughter?
No, you tell me that you are the one. This is your argument.
At any age. In fact, if you read the writings of the Jewish sages, you can even sell your daughter to be a concubine prior to the age of 13. As long as you were hard up for money. If you were poor and you were having trouble feeding your family, you can sell your daughter before she turned 13. Typically, it was customary to wait till they turned 13, but there were exclusions. You could, in fact, do it prior to 13 if you really needed the money. So, in ancient times,
And
you
whatever
were
these Jewish
allowed
stages are saying
in ancient
is
times, you
obviously
were
the truth.
allowed to sell your daughter as a slave, and then she would become somebody's concubine. Do you think that girls who are sold as sex slaves are consenting to it?
Bro, are we talking about what the Jewish sages wrote, or are we talking about what's
I'm
in the
talking about
Bible?
what the
You are
Bible
you
says,
are flip
Maven.
flopping. You are jumping all
Try
over
to
the
pay
place.
attention for 5 seconds. So
But
in
your
Exodus
your claim is,
21,
is,
God
is bringing
says
in
that you can sell your daughter
external
as a
things.
slave and she would be someone's concubine. Do you think that girls who are sold as sex slaves are consenting to it?
It depends on whether she can consent or not.
I didn't ask you if she could. I asked you if a girl is sold as a concubine and a slave, do you think she is consenting to that?
If it's an underage girl, then obviously she cannot consent. But if she's of age, whatever the age of consent was
Well, fuck,
in
say
that
she was
time, I don't think
15.
you know that.
Do you
So
think
you can
15-year
claim
old
you can
girls
claim
are
that you know you
do
can.
you think that 15-year-old girls are consenting to be sex slaves, yes or no?
Bro, what I'm telling you is that
But you're not
whatever
telling
the
me the
age of
answer. What
consent
I need
was in
out of your
that
mouth is
culture,
an
or the
answer.
age of
I need
accountability,
you.
I'm
I
telling you the
need
answer.
Maven, I need you to pay attention to my
I'm just
question
not
and
telling you the answer
answer
that you want.
the actual question or the answer to my question. The question is in your opinion, do you think that these girls at any age, I don't care if they're fucking 20, do you think at any age these girls are consenting to be sold by their daddies as sex slaves, yes or no?
Yes, they are consenting. It's
Okay,
part
so
of
you're
their
just gonna
culture.
it wasn't part of
Just
their
like Jephthah's
culture.
daughter
So
consented
it
to
it wasn't part of
whatever
the
happened to
culture.
her.
It wasn't part of the culture. No, it
Jephthah's
wasn't.
daughter
It
consented.
wasn't. It wasn't part of the culture. You can sell your daughter without her consent. Her consent is irrelevant.
No, you are asking whether they consented or not. I'm saying that yeah, they consented because it was part of their culture. That's what they
It,
did.
but it
Even
wasn't.
Jephthah's daughter consented
But it
to
wasn't part of
something
the
that was
culture.
extra.
It was not part of the culture.
It was part
Women
of the culture according to the
women
Bible. It was.
women were sold as slaves without their consent. So just to be clear, you think
It
that
was part of
just
the
just to be
culture of the
clear,
people that are outlined in the.
it wasn't. Stop lying. So just to be clear, you think that little girls, teenage girls, are
So,
consenting to be sold. They're consenting to be sold as sex slaves, yes or no?
bro, you are trying to make it about little girls and what.
Little girls are 15.
Whatever the age of
So
consent was in that culture,
but it's 13. So we'll try
bro,
this again. Do you do
you are
you
making this.
believe that teenage girls, 15, 16, 17, were consenting to be sold as sex slaves, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we need to know. Okay, so you think, again, not only that the Bible condones sex slave, you think you would condone sex slavery. You've made it way, way worse for yourselves, not better. Let's go to Numbers 31
No,
and talk about when the Bible actually
that is not what
condones
I said. I just
little
answered your question.
children becoming sex slaves. So in Numbers 31, do you know what happens with the Midianite disaster? Do you know?
No,
Okay. So let me
I
pull.
don't have the Bible memorized. I'm not like you. I'm not
I
obsessed with the
know.
Bible like you.
I certainly wouldn't expect Christians to know the Bible. So God commands avenging against the Midianites, and Moses becomes angry because when they go out to war, they leave some people living, and you'll never guess what the solution is. It says Moses became angry with the officers of the army, the commanders of thousands and the commanders of hundreds who had come from service in war. Moses said to them, "Have you allowed all the women to live? These women here, on Balaam's advice, made the Israelites act treacherously against the Lord in the affair of Peor, so that the plague came among the congregation of the Lord. Now, therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known a man by sleeping with him. But all the young girls, it's young girls, these are little girls, little virgin girls, all the little girls who have not known a man by sleeping with him, keep alive for yourselves." And then God doubles down on this. If you go down later in the chapter, God says to divide these human little girls among the soldiers. It says the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "You and Eleazar the priest and the heads of the ancestral houses of the congregation make an inventory of the plunder captured, both human and animal. Divide the plunder in two parts between the warriors who went out to battle and all the congregation." So God said, listen, of these little virgin girls, the children that you've captured, divide them among the congregation and among the warriors. What do you think? What do you think warriors are doing with little virgin girls, Maven?
I don't know. I don't think
You
about
don't
it.
know.
Maybe you think about it. You tell me.
You can't know. Gee, golly gee, what do we know of little virgin
I
girls kidnapped in war during this time period? What does the Bible tell you, Maven? What does the Bible tell you happens to little girls in war? Even married women in war, what does it tell you? I'll give you a hint. Is Isaiah 13. You want to read it?
we can read it.
Yep. God
If it
is
says what
perfectly
you.
okay with women being raped in war. We'll go to Isaiah 13:16. And God talks about how he's going to have women raped. It says, "Their infants will be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses will be plundered, and their wives raped." See, I'm stirring up the Medes against them. So according to God, like if as long as you're sending like a war Like, you're sending people to war. Like, all bets are off. You can have women raped in war.
Yeah, this prophecy was against who?
We just read it,
Was it
Babylonians.
not against the same people who? It's against the Babylonians.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
So what did the
Is it
Babylonians do
okay? It's okay to
to
rape
other
some
people?
people, but is it okay to rape some people, but not all people? Which
All
tell me,
people.
tell me which people is it okay to rape and which ones not?
All people. There's not a person in
Oh,
Israel
okay.
who will not be conquered and their women
It's
taken.
never okay. So it's never okay to rape a woman in war, then, right?
No, I'm saying according to God, according to what you read,
I didn't
according
ask
to
you
the
about God. I'm
Bible,
asking you, in
and
your
what you have
opinion,
already concluded,
is there ever a situation
in
where
my
it's okay to
opinion.
rape a woman in war? Yes or no?
Let me see. Let
It's
me look for a
crazy that he has to
specific,
think about this. Chat, answer the question. I want to hear
like
the
a
chat answer the
specific
question.
situation.
Chat, is there ever a situation where it's okay to rape a woman in war? Sound off. Put a yes or no in the comments. I want to see what we get. Dalton, can you answer the question?
I'm pretty sure that's a war crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about
When you
that.
are conquering, yeah. So when you are conquering a people,
Yeah, that's not what civilized people do. It's a war crime.
Yeah, to be sure then, Maven, you're
no,
doubling down on a war crime. You think that if you're at war, it's okay to rape women? Oof, that's a tough one.
no, not at war. Like once you have conquered the people, you can do with
You
them
can
what
rape
you want.
them.
You can
Yeah,
enslave
once you
them.
conquer
Yeah.
people, you can rape them. Oof. You're making it way worse. So
Yeah.
not only are you proving my claims about the Bible true, you're agreeing with them. Holy shit. Who would have thought that this was going to happen tonight?
No, no.
I'll give you a hint,
No,
Maven. I
I
knew it was
disagree
going to
that the
happen
Bible is
tonight.
the one that does this.
Fantastic. Okay, so you think there are
When you say
occasions in which it is okay to rape women in war. That's all we needed from you. So is it okay if it happens to
you are
God's people?
equivocating on who's God's people.
The Israelites.
But the Assyrians are the work of his hands. So the
Do
Egyptians are also his people.
do you think it's okay for God to have his own people
So
raped?
you didn't memorize that part. You didn't
Do
memorize that
do
part that
you
the
I
Assyrians are the work
did.
of his hands and the Egyptians are his people. So the
Yeah,
Egyptians
no,
are
no,
also his
no.
people.
His chosen people are the Israelites. You're wrong about that. So, Maven, do you think that it's okay to literally only rape outsiders, or do you think it's okay to have the insiders raped? Because God has his own people raped. You want to see that?
I know that that
So you
is
do
in
know that.
Judges, I
Okay.
think. Yeah, I know it.
It's
Yeah.
in a bunch of places. It shows up in Lamentations
So
chapter 5, it shows up in Jeremiah chapter 8, and it shows up in Zechariah chapter 14. So God has his people raped on multiple occasions. He says he's causing it to happen. Do you think that that's a good thing that women are raped in war?
according to my own opinion or what?
Yeah, I'm asking you what's in your melon. Do
Yeah,
you think that it's okay for women to be
yeah.
raped in war?
No.
Okay, was it okay when God did it though?
God raped these women.
No, God didn't rape them, he caused them to be raped.
What God does, that's his business to his creatures.
I know it's his
What I think
business.
about
I'm
it doesn't
asking you,
need a blessing.
was it wrong when God had it done?
No, it wasn't wrong when God had it done. I'm
Okay,
giving you my
fantastic.
subjective
So
opinion. I'm giving you an
now I
opinion.
appreciate
So
that.
so if
Yeah. So now we finally reached the conclusion of the
you are
conversation, which is namely the Bible does condone rape and sex trafficking, and you're okay with it. That's
the
fantastic. What a wild ride. What a wild ride. See,
the Bible
when
the
we started this road, you
the
thought that
Bible
I
is
just
not
had one Bible verse, and you thought I was going to read you one Bible verse, and I warned you. I said, "Listen, this is going to be a
no
bumpy ride for you. I've got a bunch of Bible verses." And now we've gotten closer to the end of the road, and it's clear that not only the Bible condones rape and sex trafficking, but you think it's okay. Wow. Do you
Not an
have any?
agent, it
Do you
cannot
have?
condone
Do
anything.
you do you have any daughters, Maven?
The Bible is not an agent, it cannot
Do you have
condone
any
anything.
daughters,
If you
Maven?
have said God does, why don't you change your prompt to
Do
say
you have
God
any
condones these
daughters?
things? Are you afraid?
Do you have
Are
any
you afraid
daughters?
of something?
No, because everyone who speaks English
Change
knows
your
what
prompt
the
to say God condones. The God
it's
of
the
the
same
Bible
thing.
condones
It's
this
the same
because the
thing,
Bible is a
idiot.
book, it's not an agent.
Everybody
It's not the
knows that
same
God
thing. It's
is
not the same.
everybody knows it's the same thing. They know that the Bible is the word of God, and saying that the Bible condones something is the same thing as God condoning it. Don't play games. We know you're stupid,
Bro,
but you're not this.
I'm not sola scriptura.
We know that you're not this stupid. So we're not
I'm not
gonna play this dumb game. You've already confirmed that
I'm
you
not so
think the Bible condones slavery and that you're good with it. You've told us everything we need to know about you. Well, fuck, Dalton.
I need to make a petition to the FBI agent who listens in on my conversations. Could you please check Maven's hard drive?